Holy crap, we're here. We're actually to almost the end point of album reviews by the Gorillaz. Holy crap. The hype, man. The hype. It's all here. It is coming to an end soon. I cannot even fathom this. Holy crap. Here we go. Ah! Gorillaz Plastic Beach. I should have done the whole hand thing, but screw it. So the cool thing about this album, it still goes under the same labels and everything as the previous two albums did, Paraphone and Virgin Records. Going into this album, I had no idea what I was in for because Gorillaz, they changed their style every album, kind of. I mean, Demon Days kind of had some similarities to the first one, but either way, they always experiment with their sound, and that's definitely really prominent here for Plastic Beach. So the Gorillaz continue their adventures to Plastic Beach, and these are just their new adventure to Plastic Beach. This is what that album's about, kind of, in a sort of kind of way. Mostly this album deals with pollution. Yeah, that's apparent in this album, and greed. Plastic Beach was just one of those albums that really clicked at me at first. I really dug the electronics here because damn, this album's really poppy and electronica. The album actually starts with this really nice orchestral intro that leads into Welcome to Plastic Beach, and it has Snoop Dogg on it, and it just really opens up what this album's gonna be, like the broad spectrum of things, and it's a decent track. I mean, it's kind of, in the context of it, you kind of don't really want to listen to it out of the album. Like, I wouldn't go, oh yeah, let's listen to Welcome to Plastic Beach. No, usually, if I'm going to listen to the song, I would be listening to the whole album, or at least half of the album, and finish the rest later, or something like that. But the song really gives you these synth aquatic sounds to it, and just shows you what this album's just gonna be. You got the real first track. I mean, you could say Welcome to Plastic Beach is the first track, but this is like the true first track of the album to me. That's just like a prelude to all that's to come here in this album, which is White Flag. White Flag is very colorful. It features some orchestral parts and a flute and Congo-like drums in there that really just give you this piratey kind of vibe to it. And you also got these rappers in there just in your face, and you're really starting to open up to this album. To me, that's what was happening. I'm like, I actually really enjoyed this track. It's not one of my favorites, but I really did enjoy this track. The song to me is about just having fun and not really waking up into the world and just in this like dream phase of somewhat, I guess. Now we got Rhinestone Eyes, which to me is a song about greed, because they love that money. Very synth heavy, and just a very lazy performance from 2D, kind of his moseying around kind of spoken word that he sometimes does, which is, it works for the song. And then there's this really cool, like every time he says rhinestone eyes are falling from the sky, then you get this really cool synth lead. It goes da 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 da. Yeah, it's kind of how that goes. Definitely listen to this track. I'm probably playing it in the background somewhere in here. Then we got the song Stylo, which was the first single on this album, and the music video is actually what really drew me into this song, with Bruce Willis in it, and it's like a car chase the whole time, and it's super entertaining and really cool. It's like an action movie, and it's weird too. I mean, most of the Gorillaz music videos are a little weird and strange. Stylo features Bobby Womack and Mos Def on it, and both of them have these awesome deliveries. And Auburn 2D, as I should say, also has a really great delivery here that really just solidifies the song as being a staple for a single for the Gorillaz, and just, it's the song that we first hear from this album. This is the one that is gonna make it or break it for you, and kind of tell you if you're gonna kind of like this album, which it's just definitely different, and I really like it. It's really catchy. It's just a great single in general, and the lyrics are good. And Bobby Womack's performance is so over the top with his vocalizations that it's so enjoyable to hear it, and I try to sing along to him when he's doing all this crazy screaming, and it is low, it's electric. I love it. It was great stuff. And we got this super funny kind of song, Super Fast Jellyfish, which always makes me think of frozen foods, basically, because that's kind of what I picture in my head when they're talking about eating basically these plastic things, and just it's crazy. It also has De La Soul on there, which he was from Feel Good Inc. from Demon Days. And this song is super fun and funny and quirky and just has really good drumming in there. Just overall, super great. It's also a single of theirs. I love this song. It's a go for Super Fast Jellyfish. I'm going to mention 2 songs with this one because I want to make this kind of a short review. There's Empire of Ants and To Bing, which both feature Little Dragon on there, and both just... oh my gosh, Little Dragon is awesome. I didn't realize how awesome she was until I listened to these 2 tracks, which Empire of Ants is definitely more of the standout here because that piano in the beginning and the acoustics, and then it all builds to this really nice synth-heavy part with Little Dragon in there just killing it. I love this track. Is beautifully written. It's great, and so is To Bing. To Bing is more of a love song, and it has a really twangy like guitar in there. That's kind of beachy, but it's good. It's so good. We got Glitter Freeze, which is an okay track. It's an instrumental of some sorts with synths, of course, and there's not really a lot going on. It's just a really good lead-into song to some kind of nature, sort of. This song to me is about preferring the natural things to like the materialistic like items that we have, and that's what Auburn or 2D is trying to say with this song. And it's just more uplifting and just I don't know, I enjoy this track. It has some silly kind of quirks to it, but it's really good. I definitely recommend you check it out. And next track on Melancholy Hill, holy crap, this song is one of my favorites of all time. Since kicking in and the bass and even some drumming in there, just really good. And the song is like about 2 lovers just falling in and out of love, and then the love becomes fake, which is talked about on Melancholy Hill, which has this plastic tree, I think, that kind of divides them and kind of symbolizes that their love is kind of fake for each other. I don't know. This is my interpretation of the song. I'm sure someone else has a better interpretation, but I really love the lyrics in this, and the instrumental is amazing, and it's just a really good pop tune. And it just has this whole sense of wonderment to me. It just does. Then we got the song Broken, which isn't really a favorite of mine, but I see the appeal of it. I mean, the lyrics are good, the instrumental's good, and Albarn's performance is also really good in this track. And there's not a lot of tracks where Albarn's by himself singing. So it's a song to appreciate. It's just not one of my personal favorites on this album, but it is very good. Sweepstakes is another song that I just like to skip. It's not really, I don't have really any personal hate towards it. It's not a song that really clicked with me, you know? It just didn't stick around with me. I mean, the beginning is so slow and it just feels all over the place almost, and feels almost not even finished at times. Especially, it does get a little more interesting towards the end of the song, a little more meaty, but that meatiness is kind of mishmash, and it feels all over the place, just like the rest of this track. It's just not one that melded well with me, but I can see the appeal because even though it's not really meshing well, it kind of fits the purpose of the song, I guess. Now, the climax of the album to me is Plastic Beach, and this is another song about greed and pollution. And I get that from when you really hear that line, "Where's the dough? Where's the dough?" The green, green dough just makes you feel kind of nasty inside. And this is where I feel like the album really truly embraces the aquatic like synths in here and make you feel like you're in this other world while you're listening to it. It's really good. It's a super good song with the synths just overall a super fun song. I love singing to it. I like almost all the time I'll just randomly say, "Where's the dough? Where's the dough? The green, green dough. It's a cassia on the plastic beach, man. Styrofoam. See, you know." And we got the 2 ending tracks, Cloud of Unknowing and Pirate Jet. And Cloud of Unknowing features Bobby Womack. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Don't hate me if I say it wrong. I do appreciate this guy because this ballad-like song is really good. It's a really good closer for the album. So is Pirate Jet. Pirate Jet kind of feels a little meh to me, but overall I do like it. To me, this album just staples 2010 for me. This is the album I always think about when I think of 2010. This album to me, I mean, there's some hits and misses on this album, but overall, as a big project, I would have to say I freaking love it, and it is my favorite Gorillaz album. Weirdly enough, because you'd think maybe the other two would be, but this is the album that really made me go, I freaking love the Gorillaz. I do. And this is just the album I always come back to. I'm always actually listening to it. I always come back to On Melancholy Hill. I always come back to Plastic Beach. I always come back to Super Fast Jellyfish. These are all excellent songs on this album. Okay, a couple aren't so excellent. And with the context of the album, if you kind of separate them, they're not as good, but as a project, this album is awesome. I love it. It's definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. It's not for everyone though. If you're going in this thinking it's gonna be like Demon Days or the first Gorillaz album, you're gonna be upset. You will be. With some projects that seem out of place sometimes, this just meshes well, and I really, really appreciate this album for taking that big leap, and it's awesome. Just 5 out of 5. Listen to it or not, I mean, whatever. We got HUMANZ coming up, and I might review The Fall. I'm not sure yet. I might still do that. I'm gonna try and do that tomorrow. Anyways, I tried to keep this short. I probably didn't because I absolutely am just infatuated with this album. And yeah, I hope you have a great one. And if you like this content, subscribe. And I did review Demon Days and the first Gorillaz album. And you can go check that out on my YouTube page or whatnot, and just have a good one. Peace. Sorry it took me so long, by the way, to make this video. I hope it was good. Just had a lot to say and not a lot of time to say it, so it was kind of rushed. So, anyways, peace.